Okay, let's get started. Thank you for joining me today, Tai Chi Wednesdays. So we'll start with just some basic warm-ups. I feel like we all can use that 5 minutes, all right? So always starting with our head and just rotating from side to side, looking over the shoulders. Just like we would in single whip when we go to our left, and then kind of trying to repeat that movement to the right. One more time. And then we'll come back to center. And I always forget to tell everyone, find a comfortable position standing first. So take this moment while we're doing these upper body warm-ups to find stability in your feet. Maybe have a shoulder width stance. Feel the weight in your foot is even. So I want to take just a moment because we talk a lot about the bubbling well. And a lot of us don't know what that is because that relates to Chinese acupuncture points. So when we talk about it in yoga, we talk about 3 or 4 points on your foot that should be firmly planted on the ground, okay? And that relates to your like behind your big toe and your little toe on your foot, and then the heel as the whole base of the heel itself, or 2 points on the outside of the heel. So as we do these warm-ups, find that position in your feet, find that stability. So then when we practice doing the form, you can have that same feeling, okay? So let's drop the head and we'll draw the chin to the chest, the ear to the shoulder, dropping the head back and around, ear to the other shoulder, chin to chest. Now just move at your own pace here. Find comfort in your natural breathing. Find stability in your feet. When you draw the chin to the chest, we'll then go the other direction. So just taking this moment to connect with your body, maybe letting those shoulders hang down, releasing any tension you might feel. We're going to do one more circle. The chin comes to the chest, and then we gently lift back up into a neutral position. So moving down the body into the shoulders. So we're going to draw them up and back and down. So really focusing on the shoulders here, really draw them back, kind of undoing all of that staring at screens that we do every day. So move at your own pace here. We'll do one more, and then we'll go the other direction. So back, up, and down. Just a couple of circles, warming up those joints that kind of get stuck in the same position all day. And then let's take one nice roll back, shoulder blades together, seat those shoulders down. Let's move into our arms. So arms are up, and we're going to rotate on our elbows here. So we rotate our palms face down, back, and then when we get to the sides, they rotate. So it's kind of similar to wave hands like clouds, which we'll be working on next week, okay? Then we'll go the other direction. So palms to the back, rotate at the front. There's 2 rotations here. Good. Everyone's got really nice circles here. Okay, let's shake out those arms and let's go into our hips. So you can keep that shoulder width stance or take it a little bit wider if you want. And we're just going to circle. So some people say like a hula hoop. If you want, you can really widen that circle and really press out, maybe moving a little bit slower, or a smaller circle fast. Or if you're in a chair, rotate your waist. So rotating from side to side, and then we'll go the other direction. So if you're in the chair, you can just rotate, work on the waist. All right, everyone come back. And let's throw in that waist all together. So if you're in a chair, arms would be up, just rotating. You can do this standing as well. Or you can let the arms kind of swing as you look and turn behind you. Good. If you're swinging the arms, we always want to gently ease off. Then come back to center. All right, so working the knees and the ankles at the same time. Keeping the foot on the ground, you're gonna rotate and circle everything together. So circle, the ankle moves, the knee moves. We're stable on our other leg. Just gonna do a couple of circles and then we'll go the other direction. Good. And then we're gonna find balance on our other leg, touching with the toe, and same thing. So rotating the knee and the ankle. Warming up the joints. Maybe one more and then the other direction. So this kind of warms up this hip joint, it warms up the knee a little bit and the ankle. It's a 3-for-1 here. Good. Relax. And then choose your variation of shaking it out. So maybe just shaking the body lightly, just kind of bouncing up and down, or drawing the shoulders up and really throwing them down. I like this because it releases all of the upper body. So this is my preferred method, but if you just want to lightly shake, just warm things up, feel free. And then we ease off of the shaking and maybe shake out the arms. Okay, do we feel a little bit warmed up now? Okay, good. I know some of us come right from meetings, maybe we're sitting all day. I just always want to give you guys at least a little bit. Okay, so last week we worked on turn body chop with fist. This week, we're going to do parry, block, and punch, grasping the bird's tail to single whip. But first, let's practice from cross hands all the way through to turn body and chop with fist. I'll face the other direction so we all move in the same way. And if you're in the chair, focus on the arm movements, okay? So focus on shoulders and elbows down. On the ground, right. Embrace, return to the mountain, shifting, turning, separate the arms, step out, and just like brush knee, open and strike. Roll back, connect, and turn. Touching the forearms so we can press out. Open up the arms. We come back, sit up the palms, and then push. Flatten the arms, transitioning, just like single whip. So we push out to the side, step, and ward off, and we come to finish our elbow. Empty stance on the heel, everything rise. Repulse number 1. Stepping back, pushing off the front heel. Circle, rotate your right arm, hand it from the shoulder. You step. Number 2. And the last one. Step, use your waist. Now diagonal flying. Big circle of the arms. Stepping to the corner, splitting energy. Raise hands and step forward. Open up the arms. Change to the heel and close. White crane. Arms come down. Close step. Open up and touch with the toe. Brush knee. 2 circles. Step. Open up. Save some weight for the strike. Kneel at the arm. Letting the toes forward. Draw back. Change to your toes and sink down. Stand to the back. Touching the wrist. Step. 1 arm forward, 1 back. Turn side, chop with fist. Covering your head, pushing down, make a fist. Full heel touches the chop, and then we strike. Okay. How did we do? How do we feel about these new movements? Good. Any questions with turn body, chop with fist?
No questions about turn body, but was I the only one who had trouble hearing?
Oh.
It looks like an echo all the time.
Your
Let-
mic kind of
Yeah, the
faded in.
audio
and
was
out.
bad.
Let me
Kind of like when
see.
you face the wall or something.
Maybe that's better.
Yeah,
Can you
face.
Yeah. It just kind of cut in and out.
Okay.
And I don't know if it
All
has
right.
to do with it.
And I think it's
Yes?
when you're out
No?
moving around. It's when you're out moving around that it happens.
Yes? Okay. Something's going on. I keep trying to deal with this mic issue, but something weird's happening with my computer. Okay, so let's just go over turn body and chop with fist, because we want to make clear that there's a difference from chopping to what we're going to be doing with parry, block, and punch, okay? So starting at fan through the back, I'll go this normal direction. We're going to start with our left foot forward. Let's find our comfortable position. So everyone check your body position here and make sure that we're not leaning. We're upright, just like single whip, left arm striking, the right palm is by your temple. We're gonna move back our weight, turning, making that kind of ball circle shape. Shift your weight back, make a fist. Draw your foot in, and we wanna chop out and then strike. Okay? So when we do this chop here, the reason we're going over this is because I want you to make this a chop. Okay? This is chopping. This isn't parrying. There's a difference from parrying out to the side versus chopping with this fist, okay? So I want you to feel the difference of what this would be in thinking about impact towards your opponent's face versus parrying them out to the side. Now, can everyone see the difference?
So it looks
Okay.
like when you're
Yeah.
chopping, it lands in the face.
One
position.
second. I don't know why I'm having issues.
Is that
Let's see.
better?
Talk now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so it looks like the parry, you're crossing at an angle, but you continue going a little bit
Yes.
farther, and then the chop.
So parry is coming out to the side. You're coming out, just like you said, right? So you're parrying because you're connecting to someone and you want to bring their punch to the outside. So your waist is turning and you're coming out to the side. Chopping should come and it should be direct out front. Yes.
But it still has a
Perfect.
little at an angle because you're coming from the side of your waist.
Yeah, because you're coming from down to up. So
Okay.
there's going to be that angle, right? But it's not going to be out to the side. It's coming forward. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. So let's do it again with that in mind. Okay. So from fan through the back. Shift back your weight. One arm protects the head, the other pushes down. Make a fist as you shift back. Step out, make your chopping clear. Now everyone stop here and check your weight, okay? You see how I'm sitting back? My leg is straight. It's not straight, but it's straight. So then we can strike and go into our bow stance. Okay, how did we do?
Question on the weight on the right foot when you have your fist out like that, is your foot totally down or is it just off your heel?
So the whole heel of the foot is flat on the ground, and the foot it's flat, but there's not weight in it, right? So it's kind of similar to repulse monkey. You know, when repulse monkey is an empty stance, but it's not an empty stance like raise hands like forward is more of a little bit of an upward angle. Repulse monkey is more flat. So it's the same footwork as that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, one more time then so we can work out that footwork, okay? So from fan through the back, find a nice bow stance, shoulders are relaxed, shift back. Imagine pushing your opponent's arm down. Make a fist as you relax the foot, chop, whole heel touches. shift your weight forward for the strike. Okay. Was that better? All right.
Cheryl, this is Esther. I have a question.
Yeah.
On your chop, it looks like it's in line with your shoulder, whereas the parry goes beyond the shoulder a bit.
So the chop, when you chop, should be at your face level. Okay.
Yeah, but it's in line with your shoulder.
Yes. So it
Okay.
should be in line with your shoulder.
Okay.
Whereas a parry is going to parry out to the side. So you're correct. This is directly in line.
Okay.
So you can't see my shoulder as I'm chopping.
Thank you.
Cheryl, so what I've heard many times is chop and rock. Is that what we do in this?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, what I thought it meant was make a distinct chopping, like as if you're actually hitting something, you like basically chop, like stop for a pause and then rock forward. Like Judy uses that phrase, chop and rock. And I've what I think I understand from that is that there's some sort of a hesitation, like there's an impact, but I'm wondering if we're supposed to just keep it smoothly flowing, like, you know, like the briefest of pauses, or do we show emphasis, I guess is the point.
So I would say that it's not emphasis like you would when you're at the final end posture, but there is the feeling of I'm chopping, but it's not chop, pause, and then move forward, okay?
Oh.
It's a chop and then move forward. So maybe half the amount of pause that you would have at the end of a movement.
Is that typical?
Does that make sense?
Is that what we do every time we do a chop?
So there's only 2 or 3 of these in the form.
Okay.
I think it's 2. Turn body, chop with fist,
yeah.
turn body, weight, snake spits out its
Yes.
tongue. Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's only 2. So you're only going to see it twice. And the second one is in the third section. And that one you chop, but after you chop, you spit out your tongue.
Right.
So that one's a little bit different.
I'm having a little trouble making it look like there's, you know, like intent behind it, and not hesitant, like lingering, like I just punched somebody, you know, like bam, you know, versus.
So think about the martial arts application. So the martial arts application is I've taken my opponent to the side, okay? I've made my fist and I'm chopping to them. Now, if I pause here, if they've moved back, I'm not gonna be able to strike them because they're already too far gone, right? So if you look at the screen,
Right.
and I'm chopping here where that lamp is, so you can see my fist is at the lamp, right?
Yes.
Now watch how far my left palm goes past that lamp,
Yeah, he's got to be in the same position for you to do that.
right? And I'm not moving my lower body. I'm in a bow stance right now. So I want you to see that the whole meaning of this movement is my opponent's here where that lamp is, okay? In
Right.
one-dimensional kind of space, right?
Right.
And once they move back, I'm going past where they were because they've backed up, they've gone away, right? So now I'm trying to reach further. So you don't want to have a huge pause here because they're going to be gone then. They're going to be way far back, and then you're going to have to deal with another attack.
Okay. I'm trying
Right?
to work on continuity.
Yeah, just work on smooth, even, and continuous first.
Okay.
That's step 1.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Sometimes these lamps behind me do work for something. Okay, so next we have parry, block, and punch, which is a repeat movement, but we have a new transition to this movement. Okay, so from chop with fist, I will go, let's see. So this would be the normal direction. I will show you the normal direction first, and then I'm gonna face you so you can see the transition better, okay? So we chop and we've striked, okay? Move back a little bit. We're gonna connect out. So this is gonna feel similar to roll back and embrace tiger. Then we simply do the normal parry, parry, block, and punch, okay? So that's a repeat movement.
But for anyone that's new, you only saw that at the very end of the first section. That's why we're spending today to go over this, okay? So from our chop position, we're gonna rotate our left arm. So we move back a little tiny bit of weight, and our arms don't change. It's not a lot of weight, it's a little bit of weight. We then come up, so the fist comes in front, and we connect out, okay? So our fist is at our hip, our left palm is ahead. We shift back and we connect out. Okay, so there's a couple of things here. We don't want to cross, okay? We don't want to have too wide. We want to imagine, again, our opponent would be in the center line. So we're going to connect with our forearm, and our left arm is going to point to our right forearm center, okay? So if you can imagine, we did cross hands, and we're at the angle after Embrace Tiger. What happens? We shift back our weight, and then we connect out. This is the same transition, only now we have a fist and a palm, okay? So your left arm's gonna start rotating, your right fist comes in front of your shoulder, and then you connect out. So take a look at your fist. It should be diagonal. If you had a palm, it's diagonal. Okay? So we're here. I'm gonna stand up a little bit so I'm closer, okay? So we've got our fist in our palm. We come, we rotate, we connect out. Now, do you notice my waist turning? So we're square after we've striked. And then we use our waist and turn and connect. Yeah, so just do this a couple of times. This is a good transition to learn, because we do this in many times in the form, okay? So we're strike and fist. Before it was a palm. We're gonna come up, we're gonna connect out. And then from here, it's normal parry, block, and punch. So the arms go down, they come out, and then we block and strike. Okay?
So the weight, when you shift your weight, to do the first parry, block, and punch, or the first parry, I usually go back pretty far on my left leg because I'm trying to not fall over, you know. And I'm wondering, do you choose like a middle stance before you then move back so that you can actually draw back up to the parry, block, and punch beginning?
It's a good question. So I'm gonna face you, okay? So we're in our bow stance, right? I move a little bit of weight back. I start shifting. I connect out. Maybe it's kind of similar to an empty stance right here, where I can pick up my toes, and then as I circle down, my heel's coming up, I'm gonna pick up. I'm in the back position, okay? So my foot's off the ground here. I'm gonna step. As all of the weight moves forward, you parry. Okay, so it's not just my arms, it's the waist is turning, the weight's moving forward. And then here, my heel's off the ground, so then I can pick up and step and block at the same time. And then it's just bow stance. Okay, let's do that all together. So I'll do it from the normal direction. We've chopped and we've striked, okay? A little bit of weight comes back. We rotate the left arm. The fist is in front of our shoulder. We connect out and our weight is mostly in our left leg, similar to an empty stance. Keep shifting your weight as your arms come down, pick up. You're gonna touch with the heel. Everything comes forward for the second parry. So here, you should be heel off the ground. So then the left arm goes out and the left foot at the same time. And then we move forward for our punch. Okay, let's do it again. So from our chop, right foot forward, left arms strike, right fist at the hip. We're gonna move back a little tiny bit. We're gonna rotate, fist in front of the shoulder, left palms rotated a little. Gonna continue, rotate, connect with the forearm. Your waist should be about corner here because we're gonna keep turning the waist as the arms circle down, pick up, touch with the heel, connect for the parry. Your waist should be square now. You're gonna step, left arm, left foot, you're open to the corner, the other corner. Now you're gonna go back to square. Do we think we can do it on our own so I can watch? Okay, I like that. I can do the arms if that helps, okay? So from chop with fist, we're gonna shift back a little bit of weight, rotate, connect out, circle down, pick up, touch, move your weight forward, connect, step out, left arm, left foot, and strike. It looks really good. Karen, you're doing great. Yes, these are very hard movements, okay? This is one of the harder movements transition-wise within the form because a lot of the movements have, like you set up your stance, like brush knee. You're here and then all you have to do is this, right? This one, there's all these levels going on with this movement. And know that the more you do it, the easier it will get. That goes for everyone, okay? So let's do it again. And then we'll get into grasp the bird's tail because grasp the bird's tail, I think we do a lot of work on in section 1, but what we need to focus on here is the transition, okay? So let's start with chop with fist. I'm gonna do it with you, okay? So right leg forward, striking out. Find your comfortable position here, okay? Shift back your weight. Right fist is in front of the shoulder, the left arm's rotated. Move more of your weight back, connect out. Circle down, you're picking up your right foot. You're gonna touch with the heel, shift your weight forward to parry. Step out, left arm, left leg, and then punch. Now drop your arms, everyone. Check your bow stance. How did we do with shoulder width? How did we do with our knees in line? We have a nice lean, we're folded forward. Did we get that part? That's like the most important thing, right? The arm movements can be really difficult, but if we get a solid base, then the arms can flow and eventually it will just get better and better, okay?
The problem I have with this whole series of movements is always balancing between, you know, the parry and then the punch.
Okay, let's get everyone on a little stance drill here, okay? So I'm gonna step back a little bit. You guys know what a stance is, okay? So we're gonna do like the beginning of the form. Shift your weight to the left, turn your right foot. Shift your weight into your right foot, pick up. Step out for a bow stance, move your weight forward. We're gonna draw back a little bit so we can turn our left foot to the corner. Move your weight forward, pick up, step right leg forward. Okay? Now, shift your weight back. Pick up just like you did when you stepped out. Step back like repulsed monkey. Shift your weight back. Pick up, step for a bow stance, move your weight forward. Shift a little back, turn your left foot to corner, move your weight forward, step out, bow stance. Move your weight back, pick up, This time, go to the corner with your right foot, shift forward, left leg, forward bow stance. Okay, now how did we feel with that? Did we find more balance? Good. So these are little drills. Whereas when we have our arms moving in all these different directions, it's really hard to focus on what's going on with every other aspect of our body, right? The arms are very intricate, especially in the beginning. Once you've been doing the form for a while, you will find that there's a lot of similarities, and I try to talk about those so you guys can just hear it at least now, but everything comes from our stance. So if you're ever like just watching TV or anything, literally just get up and do some stance drills, just like we just did. All you need is 2 stance widths to do these drills. And you all have shown me you have space within your house right now to even do more than that, right? So your mission this week is to do some stance work. No arms whatsoever, just stance, okay? Because as you do this stance work, you're gonna find that in order to move your weight back, I can't keep my torso straight, okay? It's gonna make it very difficult to pick up. If my torso is to the corner, my waist is to the corner, it's gonna be easier for me to hold this position than if I was to straight, because what happens when your torso is to straight, you're gonna feel it within your knee, okay? And it's gonna cause balance issues. So you wanna play with your stances, you wanna be able to pick up and see that when you turn, you're turning everything, okay? I'm gonna over exaggerate, but you're turning. Do you see that? So it doesn't matter which stance I start in, I'm turning, I'm turning, I'm turning. And the turning of your waist will bring the weight into that leg. But if you're trying to remain with your torso square and keep your weight in one leg, left leg, and your torso is totally straight, it's gonna be very difficult.
You know, that just made all the difference. That's probably exactly what I've been doing, is like, not knowing where my torso kind of was while I was trying to do all the punching and parrying. So thank you.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. So let's do it again. From chop with fist, parry, block, and punch. Try to feel that weight change that we just did. So we're in our strike. We're gonna shift back our weight. We're turning our waist as we connect. Our waist is turning a little bit more. We step and connect out, we're straight. We open up, we're to corner, and then we close back to straight. Was that better? Did we kind of connect with our body a little bit? Good. Yes. Oh, Marion, I love it. All right, that's what it's all about. So the other part of what I wanted to work on today is grasping the bird's tail. Now, maybe not specifically grasp the bird's tail, but we will talk about it a little bit, but the transition to it, because this is a new transition within the form, okay? So typically in the first, or not typically, always in the first section, we go from parry, block, and punch, and we do a parent closing up and push, right? Here we're going into ward off right. We're going into grasping the bird's tail, okay? So I'm gonna do it from the normal direction one time, spin the other direction, and then do it right to you, okay? So we're in our punch. We have to shift back a little bit of our weight, and then we're gonna connect out with that ward off arm. We're then gonna complete ward off right, just like we do in the beginning of the form, okay? So I'm gonna move closer. So we've punched, okay? We move back a little bit of weight. We connect out and our fist is sitting down diagonally, okay? Then we rotate to show the grab. We draw back to center, and then we show ward off right, okay? So everyone make your ward off arms. Make your cross hands. Okay, these are all the same things. Ward off right is cross hands. When we get into the kicks, it's cross hands. It might just be on the other side, okay? So we wanna get used to this shape, this ward off when we do fist under elbow, right? We just did that movement 2 weeks ago. It's ward off. So this is all gonna feel the same. So this is what I mean. It's like there's so much in the form, but after you learn the form, you can then connect all these similarities and be like, oh, well, what is this like? You know, what should this feel like? And that's why for everyone at every level, like we give you this information now, and sometimes it might feel overwhelming. But if you're just learning, you can just listen and kind of let it go and focus on learning the form and the movements. But if you've been with us for a little bit, eventually one day it's all going to click and you're going to be like, aha, I got it. Okay. So from our punch, okay, what happens is we move back a little bit of weight, just a little bit. I'm talking minuscule weight here, because then we're going to move back a little bit more and we're going to shift and rotate. So everyone check your position here. Okay, we don't want the fist too low. We don't want to have anything too wide, because we're imagining, again, we're connecting with our opponent here in front of us. And then what's going to happen is that rotation is going to turn and grab. So you want to be able to go from your ward off to your turn and grab, and then back to center. Okay, the fist is going to open up and it's going to circle down and come up for that ward off. Okay, so from punching, we move back, shift, and we ward off. Good. Looks really good. Now we rotate as our weight comes forward. We pick up and everything closes as we step. And then it's one up, one down. So feel like a hinge. This arm is literally just up and down, and my weight's moving forward, so it makes it a little bit more dramatic. But essentially, it's just this. Okay? But this move doesn't work if you don't do this. Okay? If you have your opponent's arm here and here, and you're just doing this, you're not going to have any power, right? So Tai Chi is about yin and yang. It's about connecting the whole body. So even if you didn't include the legs, if you just did the arms and you timed them properly and went up and down, somebody would still be like this. They would say, you'd still have their arm and they would be like, ah, you know, because you're moving one up and one down. Now, when you add the legs into it, you have to be really careful, okay? So these are things we want to consider. All right, so from our punch, let's work on this a couple of times.
Fine.
So it would be this direction. We've got left leg forward.
Okay, yeah, can you do that consistently when you're about to start a new move? I get confused on what leg forwards and back because I have to kind of go through it and like, oh, okay, and sometimes I'm starting on the wrong leg.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Do it for me. That'd be pretty.
Yeah, no, that's why I always cue it. And I know that like some people say right bow stance or left bow stance, and that is the more traditional method, but it takes a while for it to sink in that it's our right leg forward for a right bow stance, okay? So we're gonna keep working on that one. Marion, do you have a question?
Okay, so I often have trouble getting my right rear leg into the next move. And I've shortened it a bit. I've tried to like not go back as far. But what I'm noticing is, you know, you're moving and you're saying we should move forward into our left leg, which is, you know, now with our toe pointed, right, to the left. But that ends up turning, doesn't that turn our torso so that we're facing a little to the angled corner rather than to our opponent who is in front of us?
I'm still straight here.
Okay.
So my torso is still straight. What you're seeing here is that my shoulders are changing, okay? So if I drop my arms, I'm straight towards you. I'm just moving and changing.
But how do you then step through to bring your right rear leg back up forward and put it into the correct position?
So after we've warded off, there's waist turning.
Okay, so
I'm here in my bow stance, I'm square. I'm not gonna do the arms. I move back, I change my foot, right? You saw me move.
Yeah.
Now I step out and I'm a little to the corner.
But so your chest is now turned a little sideways. That's what I was wondering about. Like how far to the corner should you be with your chest because of this?
Ward off right is not to the corner, it's less than corner. But within this movement, we want to follow what I was just talking about with the waist, right? So I'm square, I'm still square. As I rotate, there's a little bit of waist turn and there's a little bit of waist back. And then it's just a
Okay.
forward momentum.
Aha, thank you.
Okay? All right, let's try it all together. So from our punch, left leg is forward, right fist is punching. Find a good bow stance first. Shift back a little bit of weight. Change the arms, open the foot. Now I want everyone to check your position here. Are we really far apart? Are we more in front of our body? Is your fist facing totally down or is it diagonal? It should be diagonal. Good. Shift your weight forward as you rotate your left hand out, your fist opens, and then your left palm comes back to center and you step. Now here, check your position. See how your left arm is out in front? And then it's one up, one down. Okay, let's do it again. I'm gonna go the opposite direction of normal so that you can see more of the arms here, and I'll stay a little bit closer because I think you have a little bit of a grasp on the footwork. So left leg is forward. We're punching. Right arm's punching. Left hand is near the forearm. Move back your weight. Rotate and connect out. Now check your position here. Now rotate your left arm, open up your fist. Circle in as you step out. And then one up, one down. And when we end, our elbows should be in line with our knee. You can't see it because I'm out of camera. Elbows in line with your knee. We're not open to the corner, but we are open a little bit. We're not square. Fingertips point to the forearm center, and it's about a fist distance between your fingertips and your arm. Okay, let's do it again. So, left leg forward, right arm's punching.
Can I see your feet? Because it's really, I'm still having problems with the feet. It's all very new, so these transitions are new. So if I could see your feet, that would.
No problem. And thanks for speaking up because you guys let me know what works for you. If there's anything I can ever do to make this easier, like a different direction, seeing my whole body or seeing up close, always tell me. That goes for every single person who's in this class, okay?
Can you come to my house?
Once we're all free and clear, I can't wait to get back to in-person classes. All right, so from our punch, okay? So I'll go the normal direction so we don't get confused, okay? Left leg is forward, right arm's punching. We're gonna shift back our weight. Our left foot opens to the corner direction as we ward off. We shift our weight forward and we're rotating our left arm out, okay? We close and we step for a bow stance with the right leg forward, and then it's simply one up and one down. Let's do it again. So stepping back, left foot forward, right arm's punching. Shift back, left foot goes to the corner as we ward off, and make sure you have enough weight here. I'm not like this, okay? Weight is in my front leg so that I can continue to transition and step out for a bow stance for ward off right. Do we have this transition? I know it's going to take some time, Karen. Just keep plugging away at it, okay? And focus on footwork. Like really as a beginner, focusing on footwork, and sometimes like even when I was learning in the beginning, everyone else would do arms and I'm like, nope, I do not understand this footwork. I'm only doing footwork. And then eventually added the arms into it. So that's a possibility too. Or if you're sitting in a chair, Michelle, you just do arms for the day and you focus on waist, okay? So we all got our things, all right? So let's try to put all of this together. So from fan through the back, And let's put all of these movements together. So left leg's forward. We're in an upright position like single whip. Left arm striking, right hands by your temple, palms facing out. Shift back the weight. You're going to make the 2 circles. Protect your head, pushing down your opponent's arm. Make a fist as you relax your right foot. Draw in, chop, weight on the heel. Strike into a bow stance. Shift back a little bit of weight, right fist in front of the shoulder, and then it connects out. Circle back, turn your waist so you can pick up. Touch with the heel, move your weight forward for the parry. Step out, left foot, left arm, and punch with your right fist. Shift back your weight, connect out, ward off, left foot to the corner. Weight forward, rotate, circle back to center, 1 arm up, 1 down. Ward off right. Let's keep going. Turning your waist, rotate your arms to the corner. Right palm sitting up. Shift your weight back for roll back. Make sure we're leaning forward here, not to the side. Circle in, touch your left forearm, or left hand to right forearm, press out. Square up your shoulders, open up your arms, hands come flat back until they rotate over a ball and sit up, and push out. Single whip, we're gonna flatten the arms. Use your waist, so left arm goes first, right arm follows. Turn the foot to the corner. We circle back. We come out to the other corners. We relax our foot, make a hook, turn over your left palm. Pick up, step. We're going to show block and then strike. Now here's the cool thing, everyone. Hold single whip. Draw your right hand back, fan through the back. We're going to go through it again. Shift back your weight. Rotate. Protect your head, push down with your right arm, make a fist, draw in, chop, and then strike. Left palm striking, right foot forward. Move back, connect out with your right forearm, circle down, pick up your right foot, stepping out, move all your weight forward as you parry. Block and left arm, left leg, and strike with your fist. Move back your weight, connect, warding off, show grabbing, pull their arm to the center, 1 up, 1 down. Use your waist, turning the arms, roll back, touch the right forearm, press out. Open up the arms, pulling back, sit up the palms so you can push out. Single whip, flatten the arms, circle. Try to get your foot to the corner. As we go back, fingertips point together, and then left fingers to right forearm, make a hook, pick up, block, and strike. Okay. How many people did I confuse with that transition? Or did we do it? It's a lot. This is a lot. Okay. Karen, are you looking at your screen on gallery mode or speaker view? Put it on gallery mode. I want everyone to help make Karen feel good. How many people had trouble learning this transition when they first started? Raise your hand. Okay? Do you see what's going on here? It's everyone. This is very, very hard, okay? So just keep plugging at it, keep pushing, okay? Watch the videos when you train, doing that. I remember doing seminars and going out to a hotel parking lot and trying to look at Master Young's video and be like, okay, wait, what was next? oh, wait. Oh man, run back to the phone, go back to training, and just trying to learn the sequence of movements. And eventually you'll get it, and it takes months. This form is a long form. It's not like any of the short forms that are 13, 16, 18 movements. They call this the 103, but if you counted each individual movement, I bet you it would be 200 moves. I really do. It's so many. So just keep going. You guys are doing so great. So does anyone have any questions on these transitions? Are we feeling better about these transitions?
I have a comment.
Yeah.
So I've learned this multiple times.
That's what it's about.
The refinement classes, everything else, and some of it's just difficult to do all at once.
Very true.
I know how to shift my weight, but when I'm shifting my weight and trying to do my arms like this, and sometimes you lose track of your orientation, I guess, and then you can become a little imbalanced. So it helped a lot to do some of that work today.
Good. Yeah, this is the whole thing. If you take these postures and I say, okay, everyone go into single whip, we can all do single whip, right?
Yeah.
But that's not that's Tai Chi, but the Tai Chi magic happens in how we get to single whip and how we get to the next movement, right? So the transitions are the hardest part. And the transitions are not only hard because there's so much going on, we have to learn to balance our weight in our foot from leg to leg. We have to learn spatial awareness. We have to learn where our body is. These aren't things we're taught in everyday life. These aren't things that you experience unless you do a martial art. Okay. So just know that you will keep gathering information and it will get easier and easier. Okay. So
yeah, it has definitely.
See? Mm-hmm. I just want everyone to know they're not alone. We've all struggled and it's still learning. That's the great thing about Tai Chi. It doesn't matter how many years you do it, you're going to keep learning. There's always a new level to kind of explore. So we're kind of at that point, but let's just do one more time. Let's end class with some movement, okay? And I just want to tell you that next week we're going to do wave hands like clouds. Now, okay, before we move, I'm going to help Karen out and I'm just going to do a quick demo, okay? So I'm just real quick, okay? I'm just gonna show you just one of the wave hands. So there's 3. So we move back, and this is wave hands like clouds. This is the one time within this form that we see this silk reeling or circling energy. And we do 3 of these movements, and then we go back to single whip, and that's all we're gonna be working on next week, okay? Just a quick little preview. Okay, so let's start, and because we're kind of close on time, we're trying to keep classes shorter. Let's do just from fan through the back through to single whip again, okay? So left leg forward. Let's see, still on camera here. Left arm striking. Move back, turning, protecting your head, pushing down. Make a fist, relax your foot, step out and chop. Strike with the left palm for bow stance. Parry, block, and punch. Connect with the forearm. Circle down, pick up, step, parry all your weights forward so you can left arm, left leg block. Punch with the right arm. Grasping the bird's tail, move back, connect with your left forearm. Rotate, open up your fist, step out. One arm up, one down. Roll back, going from corner to corner. Little circle, touch the forearm so you can press out. Square up the shoulders, pull back, sit up the palms, and push. Flatten the arms, single whip, left arm first, big circle, foot goes to the corner, fingertips point together. Relax the left foot, make a hook, pick up, block, and strike. Okay. All right, guys. That was great work today. We did a lot of movement. I'm really proud of everyone's progress. Enjoy your week, and I will see you next Wednesday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
That was great.
Cheryl.
Thank you.
Thank you.